In this video, I am going to focus on the key aspects must know about in research, that is the research process. So what we have to do in research process, they have certain steps, and we used to do these steps by using OBS. So any research, at least 8 steps are to be included. So let's we start with the first step, formulation of the research problem, or how to formulate the research problem. So any research requires the research question or requires some problems, and that problem should be based on your area of your interest. If suppose you must be passionate about what you wants to know, for example, eager to know what are the possible reason for panic attack. So every research creates a research problem. Research should have problem based. The second point is review of related literature. What actually the literature is? It is the theory which has been written in some particular area. For example, the research on what are the possible reason for the panic attack. So we must go through all those studies which has been happened or occurred. So we must find out all about the panic attacks. If we take an example, the effect of physical fitness on the endurance, so we must know through all about the physical fitness. We must go through all the articles which is pertaining to the physical fitness. The third point is development of hypothesis. So what is hypothesis? Hypothesis is the possible or tentative outcomes. It reconceive the result. For example, if you not study, your result is likely to be poor. But many students even score better without studying. So that the hypothesis should be a tentative question. So the hypothesis has to be tested, not to be proved. So the fourth point we can do by display capture. And the fourth point is forming research design. So let's see. I will go to this ad, then in the image I go OK. From the browser I will search for the fourth point, that is the forming research design. So here it is. So now I will show you how you can stretch your screen. You can go to transform followed by the stretch screen. And one more function I want to show, that the video capture. Go OK, then again OK. You can adjust your video anywhere. You can put towards your right side. So here is the fourth point, that is the formulation or the forming of research design. It's none rather is the method of conducting research. Here we can do the purpose of statement. We apply different techniques. We use different methods. We form objectives. We go for the adjustment. We go for the setting. We set the timeline. We measures, and we go for the analyzing methods. So after forming research design, we move to the fifth point, that is the data collection. So after completion of the forming research design, the next and the fifth point is data collection. We do research on different peoples. We generalize by collecting information from the peoples. If I am doing research on 500 peoples to see the stress during the examination, I used to collect the data from the peoples. So we can collect all this data through using interview, through observation, doing surveys, and we focus on the groups of people from where we used to collect the data. And after collection of the data, the sixth point is the data analysis. We bring data into order. We make a systematic organization of the data and we analyze. And on the basis of analysis, we we go for the seventh point, that is the finding of the conclusion. So we draw conclusion where the you test your hypothesis. The conclusion is where you sum up the main points of the report. It is related to the objectives and the results of your research. You evaluate your hypothesis. The purpose here is to tie together various issues covered in your research and draw logical deduction based on the research finding. Then the last one is the last and the eighth one is the report making in research. Right? So what we do here, we tells to the world that what I have done. We tells the conclusion to the entire world. We convince to get benefited by these studies. A research report is a written documents or oral presentation based on the written documents that communicate the purpose, scope, objectives, hypothesis, methodology, finding, limitation, delimitation, and finally recommendation of the research project to the others. And this is the last stage of research process. It is more than a summary of finding, rather it is record of the research process. So now I hope we understand the 8 steps the research must take us to do research process. So thank you. So at the last we recap all the points. So the first point is how to formulate the research problem. The second is review of related literature. The third one is development of hypothesis. The fourth one is research design. And the fifth one is data collection. Sixth is data analysis. Seventh is the conclusion. And the last is report making in the research. Thank you.